If I was asked to endorse Consultus, I would endorse them thoroughly.
You might start off as a professional relationship and end up forming friendships with families.
They're more like family and friends.
Consultus Nursing offers a fully managed service which allows people to remain in their own homes while still receiving a professional nursing care. Most people would prefer to be at home. Research has shown that people recover a lot quicker. They can have their family around them, they're in familiar surroundings, and they have a dedicated nurse who's there 24/7 looking after their medical needs.
The experience with the client was that she was in a nursing home and very unhappy there because she wasn't allowed daily newspaper. She was missing her cat and she was in bed all day. And I then phoned Consultus and they said that they could provide 2 state-registered nurses.
Amazingly pleasantly surprised that actually I found a company like Consultus who could produce somebody a few days before Christmas, yes. They were very reassuring about everything, said yes, we will be able to find somebody. And so my whole impression basically was that this was people who knew what they were doing, professional, and I hoped I could work with them, which has proved the case. I mean, at the time, both the consultants and her GP and also the nurses who came assumed that they were doing end-of-life care. But she proved to be very tough and had extremely good nursing. I mean, she's not had any infections since we've had Consultus nurses, so I'm very pro-Consultus, as you can imagine.
Well, I do live in nursing and I work at the hospital. I wanted to do something where I make a difference and looking after people, helping people. I think live-in nursing is important so that the client can just be in their own home, which I think is better for them than being in hospital. It's quieter, they can have food they like, rest when they want to. It's more than just the nursing care, it's forming a relationship with that client. I give them the peace of mind that they're with someone they feel they can trust. The support I get from Consultus as one of their live-in nurses is that I know I can phone one of the nurse managers anytime, day or night. Knowing that there's someone who's a registered nurse the other end of the phone when I speak to them makes me feel reassured that they're on my wavelength, and if I have a question they'll be able to understand.
We have a very stringent recruitment process. We only employ experienced nurses and we have 2 clinical references for each nurse. Apart from that, we only recruit people who are the right sort of people as well, because that's just as important. And our interviews go on for 2 hours in order that our nurse consultants can judge the whole person, not just their medical skills. The right person has to show compassion. The right person has to be dedicated to enhancing the quality of life of the client and obviously looking after all their medical needs, but treating the client as a whole person.
To me, she seems very happy with the nurses and basically she gets on very well with them. They're always very polite, they always ask her to do things. I mean, it's not just, we're going to change you now, Margaret. They say, is it all right if we change you now? Is it all right if you had your wash now? Would you like your lunch now? They sort of treat, that they're not treating her just like, I don't know, just a sort of number or anything. I mean, it is very much personal care and working with her.
I in fact thought that she was only coming home for the final few weeks of her life, which is what she wanted to do. And when I went a week later, it was amazing. She was dressed, sitting in her chair, quite happy. It was extraordinary to see that somebody who appeared to only have a few weeks to live was living a normal life again. I've always been very impressed with the way Consultants react to a crisis like that, because you do feel that you're in professional hands. They've been there before dozens of times, and they always say it's no problem.
Yeah, it's more than just the nursing care, it's forming a relationship with that client and a friendship. You go into a situation where families and the client are very distraught, and just to see the family functioning well together because they know they've got the support of the live-in nurse is probably the best thing.
It's not just what they did for Mum, it's also what they were doing for me when it was bad as well. And they've just all been lovely. Very nice nurses.
Continuity of care is something which is always remarked upon and always appreciated by the clients and by the families. But even those with short-term care, we receive an awful lot of letters of compliments and letters of thanks, which are particularly touching after the relative has passed away, that somebody takes the trouble to write in and thank us for the amazing service and the amazing nurses which we have provided.
If I was asked to endorse Consultus nursing, I would wave flags. I would endorse them thoroughly.
I mean, one advantage to me of recommending Consultus is that I know that the client's in good hands. It's far more than the nurse-patient relationship. They're more like family and friends.